What's up, you pieces of shit? Need to not drink one of these so early. So I'm gonna drink one tonight. I need to stay up now. What's up, Ripper? Is that the Ripsman? Oh wait, I have to point at the chat. Oh, oh my god. You streaming today, buddy? I was out and about buying like supplements and shit. I needed to get some iron and all that. I was like, I need some. I was using the low iron thing. Well, I assume it'll be low iron. I hope. As an excuse, like maybe I should eat some more red meat. I was like, maybe I'll go out and get a big burger or something. I was like, probably shouldn't. So I'm kind of just waiting on the mail right now for Yakuza to come in. And then we might do a few hours, but yeah, I was curious if you're streaming. Because I don't think I'll have more than an hour or two of this. I got you though. Some pool. Yeah, you can take a little break. How you liking 8 though? I need to watch some more, but yeah. Trying to move my schedule around and shit. Well, not super hard, but I did not get a lot of sleep, but I stayed up very late yesterday. What's up, Lassie? Let's continue this. So the plan is to start Yakuza after this for the Pathless. But if neither of those come in, I don't know. We'll just do some short shit. So once they do come in, I'm gonna focus on them. Yeah, true enough. Yeah, I think 8 is taking it to its peak for sure. It's fun hot swapping other characters and just kind of having them essentially be different extras you can use, like super moves or whatever, and then their different movement mechanics. I would still probably prefer straight up just 8 all, but yeah, it's probably at its best. 9 is more of the same. Oh, it's supposed to be good. Yeah, I'm hoping to start it today. We'll see.
Oh. Huh?
Huh? Oh. Huh?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gork the Orc.
Huh?
Yeah, I think 8 has the best of the OSTs, and it's a pretty high bar to try to beat with Origin and all the other ones, so it's good they did it. Yeah, 9 has some good ones, and it tries some different things, but 8's just on another level. Oh, good. He's still not in bed. He's still not in bed. Go to bed. I don't know, we'll see on Ishin. I mean, it'll be a breath of fresh air with Yakuza. I mean, it's still going to be the same formula, but I mean, it's going to be a different setting, and the melodrama has to take a different form. You can't really have, like... You could still have essentially Yakuza factions, but... Not going to be snipers and rubber bullets and stuff. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. I mainly have a problem with it on the HUD and the menus. I think the sprite art is probably the best stuff in the game. There's a lot of it, so it's hard to really fault it too much. In a perfect world, if it was more pixelated and the text boxes were more pixelated, that would be good, but for me, I think you could have easily made at least the HUD less HD. I think the biggest problem is, though, the low pixel art is just kind of drab. Like, each room they're just like very large with very little things in them. It's not very expressive. Like, yeah, you can see them moving around and stuff, but it's not as interesting as something with a bit more detail. I think you find them at different points in the world for different people. If I remember right. I don't remember if you need to bring them stuff. Yeah, I think I used Adol, Ricotta, and Alexia, my finale. Some people switch out a few members then. But yeah, he gives you some really good stuff. The one for Adol was the one I used for like most of the game, or pretty much the rest of the game. I spammed it. But yeah, I think Ishin's gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to doing it. Like I said, a lot of this month has been packed, but honestly, I've been mostly streaming non-new shit. I think while it's been a packed month, most of the releases have been like mediocre. Stuff like Atomic Heart and Octopath seems kind of weak. Wild Hearts seemed weak. I mean, maybe Harry Potter will be decent. I'll give it a shot, but it seems like it's probably going to be generic Ubisoft schlop. Well, it's been a busy month. I honestly think I've spent more time playing not new shit. Yeah, this will be leaving Game Pass next month, I think. So, getting this done, we'll do Ishin and maybe start digging into some gifted stuff if I end up skipping on Octopath. I feel like I'm just gonna not do Octopath. Everybody's saying it's just more of the same and not really like a whole lot better, and I thought Octopath was really generic and dull. Like, it wasn't bad, but like, I don't know if it's like another 80-hour game I want to spend time on.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, it's like Yuppie Psycho. I just don't think the art does much for this game. I think it's a little better in Yuppie Psycho's case, because at least it has some atmosphere it's attempting to go for. This is like quirky fun times, but everything looks like a drab, like, just run down, just kind of boring like area.
What? Oh. Aw.
Huh? Nah.
Huh?
Oh.
Aw. Oh.
Shrek reference. It's almost over, man.
Oh. 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 What?
Yeah, gotta say, I don't think this was a very funny scene. Especially for being near the end of the game. Wednesday night in the auditorium. Are we just gonna end it that quickly? Straight to a mission? Fine with me, man. I don't need a whole lot of, extra padding or anything.
Aw.
So Hod has some funny glitches you can do with him. But yeah. I don't remember if I used him hardly at all after we caught him. Does not save? Yeah, of course not. Oh, no, I might have saved.
Huh?
I doubt this is the end, though. We'd probably have to like go back again or some shit.
What? Huh?
gameplay. What's the point of those, man? Maybe the big red button has no point. Okay. That makes sense. At least they're willing to help. Okay. Nice. What a fight. What if the credits just played in like 10 minutes?
Huh? Uh-huh.
Oh, she's a bitch. And this is the fastest chapter yet, dude. We just show up, do a class, and then one boss fight. It's like the side quests for a lot of these people. Some of them have a lot of effort put into them, and then some are just like 3 lines of dialogue. It's fine having big and small side quests, but there's definitely a disparity there that doesn't quite make sense. Like, I mean, I guess, yeah, certain characters that he starts with probably are more important, but comes across as just they get a chance to go as hard on everybody else as they wanted. The traitor. Gonna be like the headmaster.
Huh? What?
Yes.
Aw.
Oh?
Didn't even have to go to his room, he was just down there. Another boss fight. This game's like in a rush to end now. I mean, I don't hate, but I don't think it's good for it. Another fight, dodging shit. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I don't think it's great, but it's okay. It's got its little moments sometimes, but I feel like there's always a little something that's missing. Well, I guess I'll dig into it later, but I'm just gonna walk slowly in circles and see if that works. I don't think it's a game I like hate. I mean, I get why you would, but I don't know, it's just like, it's alright. It's so odd it's in such a rush to kind of be done now. I was hoping I'd smack the arm, but I guess it just sits there. I guess we just wait around again. Look, it's not quite Shantae level with that boss. But it's getting there, dude. The Shantae octopus fight, dude. Like, there's sometimes I'll get a little chuckle. I think the sprites and some of the sound effects are pretty good, although I don't care for maybe the speech bubble noises. Not speech bubble, the text blips. It's like some of the adventure game stuff is like okay, but there's such a plethora of like really solid point and clicks and adventure games that I don't think the puzzles or any kind of logic you use to like solve or explore the map is like that interesting. I think the whole time gimmick, while neat on the surface, is not used to any extent in this game. It feels so just pointless. You could easily just have this game a full, just like open exploration thing. I feel a lot of it's just the art. It's just very weak. Yeah, them trying to do these like mechanical fights. It's like I appreciate like the variety, but once again, there's a lot of stuff with that mixes genres effortlessly. I feel like a lot of the dodging fights in this are just extremely simple so far, and then the only other gameplay is QTEs, and while I like the different dialogue you can get for semi-fucking them up, there's not really much to the gameplay.
Kraken Academy used to be in harmony with its 5 clubs. Music, art, sports, drama, and science.
This
My
Mercer?
students here had so much fun conducting different experiments and learning about the world of biology, physics, and chemistry.
What? Aw. Duh. Whoa! Huh?
But one day, something went terribly wrong. An experiment went awry, and Kraken Academy was destroyed. Only students from other clubs survived. From one day to another, I lost everything. My school, my students.
I hope this game ends on a
the whole purpose
punchline
of my existence.
and not on some sappy appeal at like an actual emotion. Like some kind of like melodramatic sappiness. I mean, it's always kind of lame when something's trying really hard, like that Turnip Commits Tax Evasion type of game where it's trying to be really funny and quirky and off the wall, and then it's at the end, it's super melodramatic and really there is no game wrong dimension. That one was super annoying with that. It's like, I mean, you can pull it off, of course. You can have a game that's funny that has like a heartfelt thing, right? I mean, a lot of like sitcoms, that's like their whole fucking thing, right? Like every episode of fucking Futurama or like Scrubs or something. A lot of those aren't even like godly, but like, I don't know. When it just comes out of left field, and I feel like they don't own it, especially because the characters aren't really anything in this. They're fun, like little gags at times, but they're not really interesting as like a storytelling focus. Some twist chat lines.
Huh? Aw.
I resented them for blaming me for the accident. I swore to myself I would take my revenge. With all the rage in me, my strength grew. I
More
ambushed the
rage.
spirits one by one and absorbed their powers. To make sure they wouldn't get in my way, I trapped them inside of students. With my amplified powers, I overthrew the Kraken and declared myself headmaster. I knew that the Mepsi Corp was drilling for Mepsonite under the school. This was the perfect opportunity. I needed to infiltrate them and use their drill to destroy the school grounds. There would be a new school with only one club: science. With one spirit as the protector: me. Finally, we would achieve harmony. The perfect recruit to take care of Mepsi Corp would be the smartest student of the school.
Lowercase. Oh, no.
Nadia.
What?
Oh, I'm back. The Latin one. The eyeballs. I smacked them. Maybe I should actually hold the run button down now. I'm just walking, but they might start throwing some shit at us. We're slow build up in this fight, but no, I don't. I just don't think they've really owned any of this story right now. It's like big epic fight. I mean, like I said, if it was like a punchline, like a joke, it'd be fine, but it's hard to tell here. Like knowingly, like they didn't really build up any of the characters, the Kraken, the Headmaster, the plight of like, not the plight, but like the threat and all that. Like there is like a threat, but it's like you don't really give a shit. It's just episodic little goofy stories. We will spread the wealth evenly. So did the Kraken allow Mepsi Corp to dig under the scroll? Uda earned its big moments, yeah. Oh, fucking what's his face, dude? Wuxi, what was his name? What was the penultimate final fight guy? I don't even remember his name anymore. Wuxi? That ended up just being like a waste of 10 hours and then you fought something else. Why is the statue on a pile of hay? Well, they kind of made it like a joke at the end, but I don't think they owned it for enough of that fight. Damn, this felt like it was in a fucking rush to end. I would have finished this yesterday if I knew it was gonna be rushing this quick to end. I mean, we did the last chapter of the game and the final fights in like less than 30 minutes. I was expecting at least like an hour or two. And this was me stopping and talking, right? Well, Not the strongest send-off. But I would say a lot of it wasn't ultra strong anyways. I kind of already explained it earlier, but... No, it had its moments. There's definitely a few chuckles I had. I wouldn't call the humor, like, super dark or anything. I don't know, it was advertised that way. But it's not just memes and references. There is some, for sure. You know, gotta have jokes about dabbing and movie references and stuff. And those can be fine and with the right... the measured hand, I guess. But, I've seen worse. But, yeah. But some of the humor was kind of alright. Some of the situations, like the Ace Attorney stuff, was kind of cute. But none of it really, like, punches that high, man. Like... I mean, between the really drab environments and art style, it's just kind of really boring. And really pretty weak gameplay. It's just... the few highs it has, which maybe is its sprite work, it's not too bad. There's a lot of sprites with a lot of variety. Some of its sound effects for the sprites. A couple jokes here and there. Like, other than that though, like too much of it I feel like kind of is weak. Like I said, I don't think the time travel gimmick is like terribly good in this. It's not used in a fun way. It's more of a, it's just kind of like a set dressing, man. Which is fine and all, but it needed something, man. Because there's much better, like, puzzly or exploration-focused adventure games. And there's probably, I mean, there's a lot better, like, just comedy type of adventure games, too. And I don't think the mix here is anything terribly novel. I mean, some of the absurdity of, like, the Kraken and stuff is fun, and then, like I said, the idea of the time travel is cute, but I think it does a whole lot. It's not bad or anything, it's just alright, I feel like. I don't know, the pacing was pretty shit, too. I mean, it starts off and you're just immediately talking to the Kraken, and you haven't even done anything in the school and you're just already on your quest. I feel like maybe they could have like settled you into the school a bit for like a small cycle of the story, like the first 3 days, and then it, you know, like maybe the school looks really drab and run down and it feels odd, like something's going on, and by the end of the 3rd day the world's about to end or whatever, or the school's about to get destroyed, and then the Kraken appears, and like at least then you'd be like, there'd be a bit of a contrast to the normal shit and the extreme stuff, which would be kind of funny. You could also learn, like, meet some of the characters and like maybe do some stuff at the school, but in a more like normal light. I don't know, maybe that's not a great idea. Point is, I just felt like it kind of started quick, ran through its like 3 or 4 little episodic stories, which were okay, but nothing fancy, and they all had like a formula. There was always like a class, a small little quest, and then you would go to Wednesday and do something, but they kind of bucked that at the end, but for the worse. Well, I would have probably preferred the formula to be broken. By the end, it's like you just talk to somebody, do a small fight, which I guess probably had more budget to it than most of the other routes, but it's not as interesting as having like actual like areas to run around and stuff to do. And then it just jumps into another boss fight right after and it's over, man. Like at least the Ace Attorney one and the Mepsi facility took like an hour or 2. I mean, I don't care if a game's like super long or something, or super short, but you know, when the game I feel like is rushing to start and then rushing to end, it's hard to really take any of like the overarching story stuff seriously. It's kind of trying at the end also to like be serious, but also kind of funny. I just don't think it really nails the balance. It feels like they're just trying to explain away what the whole point of the game was, and it was more focused on the episodic shit, which would be fine if those were a little stronger. I think the biggest problem is probably the art, though. I just, like I said, it's like Yuppie Psycho, where there's just, it's too low fidelity. I think there's some really great games that use low pixels super well, like I've mentioned The Last Door. That's always my big example. I think it's great for a horror game. There's a lot of detail still, but because you can't quite make out everything in a crazy detail, it kind of lends itself to like more horror elements, the imaginary side of things, right? I mean, it does atmosphere pretty well. Where this, it's like everything, like the rooms would just have like so little stuff in them, and the colors and everything were just kind of very dull. And like I get it, it's supposed to be kind of a shithole, and that's part of the joke of it. But it's also a game about quirky, wacky bullshit. You could probably have a little bit more life, even if it's like still grimy and fucked, right? It comes across more as a boring place than a fun shithole. Yeah, we did all the side quests as well, or at least, I mean, seemingly. We didn't do every achievement because some of those are grindy. I'd have to redo whole chapters, but I mean, some of those are okay. There's surprisingly more unique areas and a lot of the side quests in the main game, although you can't explore them. Little art style changes, like with the broccoli thing, are a fun gag. You get to learn a little bit about the characters, but not a whole lot. Like, you know, what Broccoli Girl actually looks like and stuff. But there's a bit more presentation and budget, and while there's not that much more interactivity, it's just QTEs. It's okay. You know, at least it's something. It feels like a proper reward. Like, oh, you know, I actually see stuff that's on par with maybe the main story shit on the side quest. But then you do the rest of the side quests, and while I would say you're opening, the music club people and a few other people get a lot of neat stuff. Most of them are just like, you walk up, literally talk to them, the quest is over. I think it's fine to fit those smaller quests into a game, but when this game is like dying for more like spice and maybe a little bit more of a delve into the characters, or like just using their quirks in more ways. Like, I mean, even it's not like I got like tired of like some of the characters. Like they could have used them in more scenes or something. I don't know, but yeah. So just when the game needs that kind of stuff, and then you walk up to something that's presented to you in an equal way, like, oh, here's a teacher. She has a friendship thing just like this guy, but it takes 20 minutes to finish this guy's quest and like 20 seconds to finish hers. Especially with those all being really unloaded, it kind of feels like they're just, once again, kind of just in a rush to be done with it. And I doubt that's the case, but it comes across that way. I was hoping to go for a little bit longer. I should have finished this last night. The mail will not be in. I might make some food or go grab some food and try to take a nap or something. I'll stream Yakuza for a little bit if I get it in today. If I get Pathos, we'll do that first, assuming this disc actually works. But tonight we're going to be doing some chip. I need to try to stay up. Take a nap. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't go so far as to say I hate the game or anything like Goaty, but I can see where that's coming from. If the humor doesn't hit you, which it's one of those where it's just like a little chuckle or like a smile occasionally, then there's not much else that will, man. There's just so many adventure games out there, and I like adventure games a lot. I like running around just grabbing shit and thinking about where to use it. I just think the mix of, I guess the music, some of the music was fitting. I was gonna say the mix of presentation was just weak, but I'm like, the music was alright. I don't think there's anything I'd just be like wanting to listen to casually, but a fair bit of it worked. Like this song would use like, you know, school's starting or school's out, like chimes and stuff, at least in America or whatever. I don't know if, I mean, that's the one I heard, so I guess it's just the classic, like this. I guess it's not even like that. I heard that with fucking like grandfather clocks too. Anyways, it's used for schools. Using some of that stuff's kind of cute, and I think the rest of the music during the game had a quirkiness, like a fun to it that kind of fit. While still feeling like it was kind of a school thing. It was cohesive with the story. I mean, like I said, I did like the spray work and some of the sound effects too, but I don't know. I guess that's about it. Like I said, I don't think it's like shit or anything. On Game Pass, you could play it for another month or something. I would play another game by these people if the budget and they reached a little higher, maybe in the same type. Or another game like this. I mean, I'll play. I mean, I'll play whatever game by anybody if it looks good enough, but yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know. There's probably not a lot of conversation here. I don't think anybody really gives a shit about Kraken Academy, but so this was going to be an off-stream one, but I had fun streaming it. So. It kind of ended up being shorter than I thought here at the end. Not the best way to end it either, having like 30 minutes left. That's why I usually try to have a chunk, because you take a break and then you kind of have to spend a little bit getting back into the story, you know, reintegrating yourself into it, I feel like. Unless it's really sat with you in a strong way, right? Like, oh god, it's a cliffhanger on my favorite episode or something. You're thinking about it all night or some shit. This, I'll tell you, man. I wasn't thinking about it after I went to bed this morning. So it needed to kind of get me back in it. And having only 30 minutes left. I mean, when they say there's a whole spirit left, which is a fourth of all the objectives, you expect it to be a little bit more. Like, could find a little area, but nope. Anyways, well, that was Kraken Academy. Appreciate you watching that. Like I said, I don't think the mail's gonna be in for a little bit. I could start something short, like Disc Room, or Overwhelm, or more gameplay oriented. But maybe I'll just chill and wait for the mail. It could be within 2 to 3 hours. If neither of those come in today, I'll probably start something else. I don't know what. I'm thinking maybe Road 96. And then we could finish it the day after, which is going to be a story-focused, slightly political. Oh, it's an ever-evolving, story-driven adventure inspired by Tarantino, the Coen brothers, and Bong Joon-ho. Okay. I mean, I like all those things, but yeah. Made by the creators of Valiant. Oh, Valiant Hearts isn't bad. Memories retold. Action, exploration, contemplative, melancholy, human encounters, and wacky situations. So anyways, it's supposed to be filled with 90s hits and 1,000 game. 1,000 hours through the game combined, so each player can create their own unique story. So it's supposed to be I think it's like a game where you like maybe travel down a highway, and then you kind of like stumble upon different people and things, and sounds like a cool idea. We'll have to see though. But yeah, that one technically might leave soon too, so I figured I'd knock out some short ones here. Because a lot of the stuff I'd probably want to start that isn't Game Pass a little longer, so. Anywho, I'll be back in a little bit. I don't know, maybe I could start Disc Room. Kind of just wait, alright? I mean, maybe. How long does Disc Room take to beat? Disc Room's just kind of like an actual, just like, challenge game. Like I said, I did play Shredders a few days ago. People are saying this takes a few hours. Okay. Alright, well, I'll be back in a bit either way. I need to turn the stream off and